It's supposed to feel.
All right, what's going on, beautiful people? It's the North Shore 9 Postgame Show. Pirates win this one 4-1. I'm Tyler. With me is my guy, Dougie Fresh.
What's up, peeps? Good day. We've had a good day.
You know what? It's a 2-for-1 actually for me tonight.
Right. Lost
earlier-
Hedges. Right.
Yeah.
Right. We got rid of Hedges. And I don't fault Hedges at all. That's Ben Sherrington. But having Hedges off the team is going to allow Henry to catch. This year should be dedicated to the rest of this season should be dedicated to developing people and seeing what we have, and no reason to be playing, old people that are not going to be adding to this team's future.
You know what, Doug? That's a great place to start right there. You looked around the diamond today. There was Andrew McCutchen, who is a very useful vet.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Connor Joe, who's 30 years old. Right. Aside from that, left field, you have Palacios, right? Or left field, you have Reynolds, locked in for a long time. Center field, you have Palacios. Don't think he's a Major League Baseball player, really, but he's a young dude. Third base, Triolo, rookie. Shortstop, Williams, rookie. Second base, Peguero, rookie. Catcher, rookie.
Right.
Finally.
Right. It's what we've been asking for just play the kids. Why in the world is Yoshi playing? Let's just play somebody young. I don't care if he's ready. Let's find out what he can do.
And there were people on the diamond tonight that, I don't think they have a future with this ball club. I'm more willing to find out with them than I am the others.
Well, we have 73 middle infielders. We got rid of one today, and as you guys talked about, don't know if that was don't know how that's going to work out, but that's what has to start happening. We have to figure out who is going to be the second baseman on this team, who is going to play shortstop if O'Neal Cruz is not able to. We don't need to find out anymore. We need to find out if Henry can catch, or if he can make progress at catching, so he can at least be the backup.
And not just you need Andy Rodriguez needs the work.
Right. Yeah, they need the work. They need the bats. Yeah, now hopefully Andy only sits, say one game a week. I think you guys mentioned this earlier too, right?
And he can play elsewhere now.
First base. He can play second base, right? He can join the second base fray. So
a lot happened today.
Yeah,
and I'm sure everybody's head's spinning a hair. But you know what? Tonight, someone mentioned it up here. Sum and substance, addition by subtraction. Good grief. This team looks stress-free. Tonight, honestly, they did.
Right.
You see the energy a little bit.
It seemed like a statement game. It's like, all right, we traded some vets today, and who came through today? Young guys, right? It's Endy knocking in, hitting a triple, knocking a run. Peguero hits the home run. Oviedo has a really nice start. That's what you want to see. As exciting as some of the Santana stuff was and G-Man Choi stuff, it doesn't feel as good as when it's these guys, when it's Henry Davis, when it's Endy, when it's Nick Gonzalez. That's what we need. We need these guys. We need them getting at bats. We need them getting experience. And again, getting a little energy, a little enthusiasm there. Not some guys playing out the string, but guys fighting for their jobs, fighting for next season.
You know what? And let's just start with Endy, because I think there's a lot of talk about, and I just mentioned how the energy it seems to be just a hair different right now. And obviously it's a lot easier to be in a good place whenever you've won, 5 of 8 or 5 of 7, whatever we're on.
3 in a row. It's got to be the first time in more than a month, right?
They're on a bit of a little good run right now.
Right.
Endy Rodriguez behind the plate. Everyone talked about the calm, cool, steady, collected, knowledgeable Austin Hedges and what he brings. There's something about Andy Rodriguez back there.
Yeah, and it's a complete juxtaposition, right? He's not calm and cool. He's
No.
fired up. I mean, he does. He'll
It's
tell the guy,
Cervelli-like.
right, yeah, exactly. I mean, he'll tell the pitcher to calm down, but he even does that with enthusiasm. You know, I love watching him sort of banging that hand into the mitt and saying, "Come on, let's go," that sort of thing. He's a leader, right? He is a leader. And I don't know if he's given, rah-rah speeches in the locker room, that sort of thing, but he is an on-the-field leader. This team has lacked on-the-field leadership, and especially from guys that we think will be here next year. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm enthused about him.
Yeah, and a lot of guys get labeled as spark plugs. And to me, a spark plug is kind of a negative connotation. That means you're probably not very good, but
right,
you're
that's
very
the
energetic.
gritty. Yeah, he's gritty.
Andy Rodriguez is actually good.
Right, he's good. Yeah, he is good.
And he's got that fire. Same with Henry Davis. Henry Davis goes about it a different way, I think.
Yeah.
He's more of a, it seems he's more like
intensity, smoldering intensity, right?
Andy's more of a like,
it's enthusiasm, energy,
right.
excitement, that sort of thing. Yeah. That Henry just looks like he's so locked in, so focused. It's great. You can feel it's palpable. You
really can.
You can, you can see it, you can feel it, and it has to rub off, or at least the team has to respond to it. You can't just ignore that kind of intensity. So,
and also it helps when you're actually a good baseball player.
Right. Yeah. Talent helps that, right? Right. It's a lot easier to be cocky.
Right.
It's not bragging if you can back it up, sort of thing. Right.
Andy Rodriguez can yell at his pitcher to do something when he's hitting 300. He's not hitting 300, but just for example.
Right.
When you hit a triple tonight, you're allowed to get a little bit fired.
You're not going to run with a triple. Yeah, exactly. You can say, "Come on, let's go." I mean, this is what we wanted to see, right? I mean, there was all sorts of arguments and leadership and all that sort of stuff. Somebody put there in the comments they wanted to talk about the NL Central and wild card. No, those are not happening. Yeah. Not happening. But no, fine. Right. I mean, our predictions for this team were all in the 72 to 75 range. That is in play. Let's make a 10 to 13 game improvement from last season. It will be a crazy odyssey how we get there. 20-8 to 0-79 to winning again. But yeah, let's sort of start establishing who is going to be on this starting lineup next season. Let's see some guys plant their flags, stake their claims, that sort of thing. And let's have some fun. Let's see some young, dynamic, exciting players do incredible athletic things.
Yeah, and I feel like we've talked about this for like 3 years now, where it's like just get to like middle of June, get to July, the young guys will start to come up, but it never really comes to fruition.
No,
because there's still enough stragglers that just bog it down a little bit.
Right.
This year, there's no stragglers left. There's nothing left.
No, there's nobody.
There's nothing.
What
ain't no hitchhikers, nothing left.
Yeah, Dave Parker's not walking through that door. Andy Van Slyke's not. Who's here is who's here, right? Yeah.
And it's all at this point. It's all young dudes.
Yeah.
Do I believe in really? Probably even 50% of them? No. 30% of them? No, not really.
No,
but I'm more willing to find out what a Alika Williams has to offer than a Miguel Andujar.
Absolutely right. I mean, again, it is Alika Williams. I mean, he looks like a good defensive shortstop. We don't know how O'Neal Cruz's ankle is going to work out and how much he's going to play and how much the Pirates, with their abundance of caution, like O'Neal Cruz may be 100% fine. You could still see the Pirates playing him at DH 3 times a week, Right. So if that's going to be the case, we need to find out who's going to play shortstop when he doesn't play. And that could be Peguero, that could be Williams,
They get a plethora of options.
Yeah, they do. And they need to start sorting through them because there's the 40-man decisions that'll come up this season. And I mean, it's time to, and like I said, they pulled the plug on one of them today. I'm not sure if that's the one I would have chosen, but whatever, that they have to start doing it. Some of these guys that have been hanging around the roster for the past couple of seasons and have not established themselves, it might be time, good or bad, to move on from them. So let's play them now and find out. Let's not be citing small sample sizes all off season when discussing some of these guys. So
I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. You got to get a good look at some of these guys going into next year, because you have to know what you want to go after in the offseason. You got to know your strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
And right now, there's so many question marks. You did mention Peguero. Homer today, his third one of the year. He is the headline of the night's postgame show. Where are you at with Liover Peguero?
I wish I had something definitive. He we are a team of question marks, and he has thrust himself firmly right into the question mark category. You see the talent, right? I mean, this is the same things we could say about Castro. This young man has talent. He has athleticism. He's got dynamic energy. He does not look like he lacks confidence. Can he play? Right? Can he hit? Can he field the position? He certainly, again, he can make some really incredible plays. He's got great range. He's got the arm. Can he put it all together where he keeps it under control? And can he hit consistently? Because he's got pop in that bat. Again, rating his skill set, he looks great. But that's been a song we've been singing for a while. Hello, Anthony Alford.
Yeah. I don't need to get down at Anthony Alford rabbit hole here, because that could get dangerous. We might be here till midnight. But Peguero goes 1 for 3 today, 2-run homer. He does really have a ability, I think we've seen, to turn on a baseball. The bat speed's legit. The bat to ball skills, I think, are in question a little bit. He doesn't barrel the ball off enough for my liking, but tonight we've seen him start to barrel it up a little bit better lately, and we're going to see that with a lot of these guys as they get more at bats. I think he's looked a lot better at the plate than maybe I even thought he would, because honestly, just watching him, just kind of following him through the minors, I don't know that I really thought the guy was going to be able to hit.
No, he never seemed to do it for any extended time. He'd have hot streaks. And that's what he got called up on this time, was on, a 2-week, hot streak. It's nice. It's exciting, but the baseball is littered with players who had great streaks, who had great single seasons and never did anything again.
Right.
So we get back to, and and we
think I'm losing Doug here.
It's doing it every day.
We lost Doug a little bit.
Well,
there he is.
I lost you, so I don't know.
He's back.
I'm here. I didn't go anywhere.
Well, he's still here.
Paul Skeen's dating Olivia Dunn. I digress.
But we see him make those great plays that you mentioned. We even saw him and Williams today turn just really, it's a standard double play, but they make it look easy. It looks like
they make it look,
and when you see something
flashy too.
Yeah, but when you see something like that, you're like, you know what, Peguero might be the second baseman.
Very Peguero, he's slotted in Castro role.
Doug's internet. Doug's got that Alabama internet right now.
And we're storming here, so sorry. Yeah. One raindrop in Spectrum says we're not.
Not Ohio. Spectrum loves me here.
Oh God, they're killing me. The wind blows, and I can't make a call.
I'd like him at second base a little bit.
Yeah, no. I think. Ultimately, we think Cruz is playing shortstop on this team. Mm-hmm. If he's going to get a consistent amount of at bats, it's most likely going to be at second base, right? He can back up. Again, we'll give Cruz some time off, but if he's healthy and back full swing, he's not getting. He's getting 1 day off every 2 weeks,
right?
So if Peguero I mean, again, it's a lot of candidates for second base. You
Yeah.
need to start establishing yourself.
One of these dudes has to step up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd really like to see somebody separate themselves. They're all doing about the same thing,
Right. So let's just go ahead and move on to the pitching. Johan Oviedo goes 7 innings, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, all off top of the dome, by the way. Big brain. I talked about it a little bit earlier in the pitching that Ben Cherington's acquired. What I like about Oviedo, as much as I don't really believe in him as a starting pitcher, you see the stuff. There's some upside there. I don't know that Cherington has done a great job of acquiring guys with upside. Oviedo is one of those examples where he's a guy that, at the very least, he's going to be a very effective reliever.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, he's right.
Poor Doug. The wind is blowing the wrong way for my guy tonight.
I'm
And Doug's frozen. I'll give him a second here, see if we can sort it out. Poor Doug. Oh, I see the head move. And the hands up. Oh, he's waving. This is probably more entertaining than either of us talking about the Pirates, so. We're going to get some great screen grabs out of this, I'll tell you. Oh, we hear him loud and clear now.
Excellent. I'm back. I have nothing to say, so we could have just moved on, but no. Now, Oviedo looks like he could be. I'm still convinced he can be a starter. I hope that's what he becomes. Am I gone again?
No, I'm just
No. Oh, exactly. We can't recover from that kind of loss.
He didn't frame your internet correctly enough.
He's the pitch framing goat. So,
all right, real quick, give me your opinion on Oviedo start before you cut out again.
It was solid. I mean, he wasn't great. He did a good job. He did some of the stuff he did. He puts guys on when he doesn't need to. But he had a 7-pitch inning. I remember he did a fine job. It's against Detroit. I'm not ready to throw the parade quite yet, but again, we can't be choosy. It's a win. He went 7 innings. We basically protected the bullpen. If he could, again, that kind of consistent. He seemed to keep his emotions in check, which to me seems to be more of a problem for him than his actual control. I think it's when he gets in his head that his control goes. So if he can just stay centered and focused, I think he could be a good starter.
I mean, they've certainly got their value out of him. I'm at the point now with Oviedo that maybe I was a little too harsh on him. He has put together a fine season. It's nothing to write home about, but it's been probably a lot better than what we've seen the last probably 7 years from starting pitchers. I don't know, like if the Pirates are in a NL Central chase next year, I'm comfortable with a Johan Oviedo being the 5th guy. The problem is that you can't have 3 Johan Oviedos. Right. I'm more comfortable with a Johan Oviedo than I am, say, hell, even like just go back to Jeff Locke. Johan Oviedo, I know every now and then is going to
Jeff Locke.
Oviedo's going to give me every now and then some really good innings. Every now and then he's going to look bad, but I will take those really good innings over than just giving me 4 innings of 4-run ball all the time.
Right. When he's on, you can get 7, 8 innings, 1 run. Right. And yes, so often we've had, the 3, 4, 5 guys of our 5 innings, 4 runs, wear out the bullpen, don't really, keep the other team off the bases. So Oviedo can give you a dominant performance, but he's got everything he needs. Consistency.
And it's one of those where I'm just going to bet on the stuff. And I know like people have bet on the stuff for a long time on a Vince Velasquez, but Oviedo, it's a different dude. I'll see what we got.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think there's some upside there. He's a young pitcher. This is his first full season as a starter. Um, and yeah, so yeah, there's been some ugly stuff. He looks better than
Yeah.
Mitch Keller did 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he looks more like a JT Brubaker right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can live with
But that if
you can live
right
with one JT Brubaker.
if
You
that's
can't
his
live with
floor,
3 of them.
right? No, right. It's. I have much more concern about like a Contreras than I do Oviedo
Yeah.
now. Right. I mean, so
I'll be honest. What Oviedo has done is what I had hoped Luis Ortiz would have done.
yeah.
And what Luis Ortiz has done is what I thought Oviedo would have done.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point, right? We had really high hopes for Ortiz, and they were somewhat unfounded. He had 3 really nice starts and then a bad one, and
Well, he
and
lit up the radar gun for like a
but he
week,
did
and I
right,
was like,
right. For 4 starts, he just blew us away with 98, 99. But yeah, we still expected him to have growing pains and ups and downs, and young pitchers do, young players do, and you're right. That's that's exactly what I would have thought would have gotten the OV. His ERA would have been up in the 4s, and he would throw shutout one game and then turn around the next game and give up 5 in the first inning. So that's exactly what Oviedo's done.
Yep.
And I look at Oviedo similar to Sawinski. We're seeing growth. We're seeing improvement. If he can take the same size of a step that he did this year from last year to next season, I think we might be onto something.
And then after Oviedo, Perdomo comes in. He shut the door tonight.
Yeah. He
looked
looked
good.
different. He looked different. He
looked
looked
good.
much more focused. He looked like, an 8th inning,
He looked good.
Melanson, Grilly back in those days, that kind of stuff. It's like, where did that come from? Right.
Well, like you said, it was against the Tigers, who probably weren't all the way there. But he looked good tonight. Yeah. I'm not gonna go out and talk about Perdomo forever, but
no. But
there's been a lot of appearances where I think he's looked really good. Yeah. Not as good as tonight, but I'm intrigued.
He's earning his way into a spot in the bullpen. Again, he consistency. Today we're changing out our buzzword "intrigued" for consistency. So
I like intrigued still.
Yes. All of our co-hosts like the word "intrigued" on the show. But we are often intrigued. Sadly, we're never convinced. We're just intrigued a lot. But
he creates a very tough angle for guys to hit. The slider when it's on is elite. Yeah. It's just that he can't command his pitch.
Right.
Like he's so lanky that it's hard to do.
Yeah, a lot of levers there. Right.
And then Bednar comes in, which I would not have done.
I didn't.
I thought that was silly.
I wanted another 2 runs so he didn't have to come in. But yeah, today would have been the day.
I don't understand why he came in today, but he shuts the door and it's over.
Yeah. 4-1 win. Again, 3-game win streak. Like you said, what are we now? It's
10 games under.
Yeah.
Climbing back, baby.
Yeah, we're fighting, clawing our way back in. St. Louis has given up altogether. So Cincinnati didn't do anything. And again, to answer the question, no, we're not going to be competing for the National League Central. No, we will not be competing for a wild card spot. But we can still have some fun.
I think it's about to get a little bit more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what this is what we've been waiting for. We've been talking about this now for, I guess since Henry Davis got drafted and since Andy sort of stormed onto the scene there, it's like, this is what we've been wanting. It hasn't turned out like we, or at least like I thought Henry Davis would be catching. I thought Andy would be playing somewhere else. And,
you know what, Doug, we're a long way from Tyler saying that I'm tired of guys like Diego Castillo not getting a chance. And we got to watch Cole Tucker instead.
Yeah, I know.
Finally, we look like it's about 15,000 miles away, but I can see a light at the end of this little rebuild tunnel. Is it going to work? And is that tunnel going to crash on me? I have no idea. But I
Yeah,
can
for the
at
first
least see
time
a
in a
light.
while, I don't think the light is an oncoming train. I think it might actually, be a light at that.
Now, granted,
Go to
that
the light.
tunnel can just crash on us
Oh
anytime.
yeah,
And
oh
there's a
yeah,
good chance it will.
yeah. This could turn into a bad
But at the
Sly Stallone
very
movie.
least, there's some brightness at the end of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, this is it. This is who we wanted to see. I mean, right now, I mean, basically, the only thing next year is, we could start crying about getting Skeens up here, because who else? I mean, I guess now the thing would be, we can spend the offseason complaining that we don't spend to get a first baseman or another pitcher or something like that, but there's no. I mean, next year's some pitching prospects still, right? You got Solomento and Jared Jones, and now that, I mean, this kind of, I think our outfield is.
Old Doug's breaking up again.
Damn
it. We got that part. All right, Doug, let's get the heck out of here. Right at the end of the tunnel. Tunnel might crash on us. We have no idea.
Let's go for a sweep.
Hey, we're close. We're close to at least finding out. So chips are on the table now. We'll see what Ben Cherington does with them. All right.
Good night, Pirate fans. I apologize for my technical difficulties.
It was the most beautiful you've ever looked, Doug.
I've got a face.
All pixelated.
I've got a face. That's right.
We can't hear anything Doug's saying. All right, let's get out of here. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.